Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to talk about a new project that I'm going to do next year, which is the eyeshadow bank system. This was created by Laura Force and it will kind of be, instead of my beauty bank, I will still update you on the numbers of my beauty bank. Next year I will do like a 2 out 1 in system, but I will just share the numbers. I will not show you what I bring in. I will not show you what I have used up or anything like that. But I will show you the numbers. So this is kind of an all numbers video for all of you number loving people out there. And then we're going to focus more on the eyeshadow bank system. This was created by Laura Force as a way to get creative with your eyeshadows and, use what you have before you bring new stuff in. So it's very basic. You get points for using your eyeshadows. I am going to tell you how many points for different kinds of activities, but you get points by using your eyeshadows. And for those points, you can buy new eyeshadows or bring new eyeshadows into your collection. And I have tweaked the numbers a little bit, like the point system, to fit me better. And so these are the ways I can get points. First of all, I can finish a shade. That's a big task. I don't think I will be doing that a lot, but I can get 5 points for doing that, which is a half eyeshadow. So for 10 points, you can buy 1 eyeshadow. If you want to buy or bring in a palette with 10 shadows, that will reduce 100 points. So, so even if I get 5 points, it's just half an eyeshadow for actually using an eyeshadow up. I think that's fair, So 5 points for finishing an eyeshadow. I get 2 points for hitting pan on an eyeshadow. If I use a shadow 10 times, or like for every 10 times I have used that shadow, I get 1 point. I also get a point for doing no pan left behind on a palette. And I think I'm going to make it a little bit harder for myself and say that I cannot do a no pan left behind on the same palette several times, I can only get as many points as the palettes I have in my collection. If I would do a no pan left behind on all of my palettes, I think I'd have about 80 or 85 or something like that. If I did that, I could only get that many points. And so I can't do a no pan left behind on my quads like 50 times each. I think that would be a little bit of cheating or something like that. So yeah, once per palette. I'm going to limit that to. Something that Laura Force did not have is the next way I can get points, and that is by taking pictures of my looks. I often forget to take pictures. I often do the same kinds of looks, so it's not fun to take pictures, but I think if I will get points for taking pictures of my looks, then I will be more creative and have more fun ultimately. So for every look, I can take a picture. Now, don't get me wrong, I can't get 5 points for taking 5 pictures of the same look. For every look that I photograph, maybe that's a better way to put it. For every look that I take a picture of, I get a point. And those are the ways I can get points. Now, there's a lot of ways I can get a lot of points, but I will also have to reduce a lot of points if I get anything in. So let's say I don't buy anything for the whole year and then I buy the advent calendar from P. Louise. It often contains a really big palette in the end with like 50 shades in it, which means I would have to reduce 500 points. That's a lot of points. So I'm very happy I can get points fairly easily. And I did start this today. I started counting. I have written all of my palettes down with all of the shades in this little notebook here. So here I have my Oden's Eye palettes, and I did use one today, but then I will, keep track of how many times I've used them, if I hit pan, if I use something up. And so, I will just keep filling this in and have that as a basis for this project. And like I said, Laura Force does this a little bit differently. For example, when she has used a shadow 10 times, she gets a point, and then the next step is to get it to 25 uses to get 2 more points, up to 100, and then she restarts. But when I did the calculations, I realized that it's the exact same thing as giving yourself 1 point for every 10 uses in the end. Like if you have used it 100 times, you will have received 10 points. whichever system you do. And I think this is easier to remember. So that's why I'm doing it that way. Now I have been wondering what to do with my pan, that huge palette, because I do a lot of Frankens. And when I Franken, I might hit a pan. Should I count that, even though the product is somewhere else? And my answer is yes. When I hit pan in the original shadow, I will count that as a pan. However, when I use the Franken shade, I will not get a point for hitting pan or using it up, but I will count every use as one use on that shade, if that makes any sense, because I am using, you know, eyeshadow. I think that is the most fair way to go. I have really been trying to figure things out so that I won't be able to like cheat and make it a lot easier for me. But still making it a fun project where I get a lot of points, because that's a fun thing. It's so much fun to get points and to keep track and stuff. Like, it's just a fun hobby. And those were the rules for my eyeshadow bank for next year, which I actually started today. So what I'm wearing today, I have actually already started to count, which was really good because I had a good day. I finished 2 shades in my Candy Haze palette, and I hit pan in a shade, which was totally unexpected, but you know, there you go. I'm really, really happy with it. So I'm off to a good start. I really hope you want to join me by subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye.